Stories of exclusion, missteps, and social struggles. A raw look at human connection. We all crave belonging, yet the sting of exclusion can cut deeper than any blade. These stories, drawn from real-life experiences, reveal the messy, human side of relationships, where good intentions collide with unspoken grudges, and small choices spiral into emotional wildfires. They expose the fragile threads of family, friendship, and social bonds, forcing us to question: are we the heroes of our own stories, or the villains in someone else's? Buckle up for a raw, unfiltered dive into the heart of human conflict, where logic and emotion battle for control, and the truth is never as simple as it seems. Story 1. To step family snub when family leaves you out in the cold. I'm 18, fresh out of high school a year early, and already a semester into college. Ambition, that's my fuel. I didn't take a gap year to find myself. I dove headfirst into community college to get a head start, and now I'm at a university to finish my degree. But ambition doesn't shield you from family drama, and mine's a doozy. I live with my mom, 42, and her husband, Ryan, 48. My younger siblings, Amy, a tween, and Liam, a pre-tween, are the glue that keeps me tethered to home. I want to soak up every moment with them before adult life swallows me whole. But living under Ryan's roof, it's like signing up for a daily dose of rejection. Ryan and his family don't just dislike me, they make it obvious. When he and Mom started dating, I was a teenager, barely 13, trying to find my place in their new world. Instead, I was sidelined. Family gatherings. I'd get a seat at the table, but no one would talk to me. Holiday photos. I was handed the camera, not a spot in the frame. Every attempt to join in was met with a cold. This is just for family. Ouch. It got worse when Amy and Liam were born. I watched my siblings be embraced by Ryan's clan with open arms, while I was left on the sidelines, an outsider in my own home. Ryan would plan family outings and forget to invite me, or flat out say I wasn't welcome. The final straw. Ryan's sister gave Mom a Mother's Day pendant with photos of Amy and Liam, gushing that it would keep her kids close to her heart. Mum didn't blink, didn't glance my way, didn't acknowledge that she had 3 kids. That moment broke something in me. So, I planned my escape. Over the past year, I quietly moved my stuff to my dad's place or prepped it for my dorm. When move-in day came, I loaded my car, drove to campus, and set up my room with Dad's help. Mum thought I was just spending the weekend with him. When I told her I'd already moved out, she was gutted. She accused me of cutting her out of a major milestone, saying it was her job as a mum to be there. I fired back. You let Ryan and his family cut me out of your life for years. Why is it only a problem when I do it? Her tears made me question myself. Was I too harsh? But then I remembered the pendant, the exclusions, the years of being invisible. If she didn't fight for me then, why should I feel guilty now? Here's the controversial hook. Sometimes, walking away from family isn't betrayal, it's survival. Society tells us to cling to blood at all costs. But what if the cost is your self-worth? I chose me, and I'm not sorry. This story taps into the availability heuristic. We judge family based on vivid, painful memories, not the full picture. My exclusion felt deliberate, and that narrative shaped my choice to leave quietly. Mum's hurt. It's real, but it's also the consequence of her silence. The lesson, actions or inaction have a ripple effect. Ignore someone long enough, and they'll stop waiting for you to notice. Story 2. The birthday that broke the family code. I'm 25, and last year, my nephew passed away from cancer on my birthday. It was a gut punch. My family, especially my sister Denise, was shattered. Denise is still in therapy, inching toward healing. But grief lingers like a fog. Birthdays in our family are sacred, a time for big parties, laughter and love. But this year, my birthday felt like a minefield. I spent the morning with Denise, sitting in her quiet pain until Mom took over. I went to work, carrying the weight of the day. That night, my girlfriend surprised me with a candlelit dinner and a small cake, just the two of us. A private moment to honor my birthday without fanfare. It wasn't a party. It was a lifeline. She posted a photo of us holding hands, captioning it, "Happy birthday. Love. Sweet. Right. Wrong." Mum and Denise saw the post and lost it. They flooded my phone with messages, calling me heartless for celebrating on the anniversary of my nephew's death. They said I was cold, selfish, and blind to Denise's pain. I explained it was a surprise, a quiet moment, but they doubled down, saying I should have refused to celebrate at all. Here's the kicker: neither of them remembered it was my birthday. This story screams confirmation bias. Mum and Denise saw the photo and assumed I was throwing a party, fitting it into their narrative of betrayal. But let's flip the script. Why is it okay for grief to erase joy? Society glorifies self-sacrifice, but demanding someone skip their birthday to honor a tragedy is a toxic expectation. I didn't throw a rager. I ate cake with my girlfriend. If that's a crime, lock me up. The emotional hook here is universal. We've all felt judged for choosing happiness in a world that demands we suffer. My girlfriend's gesture was a reminder that life doesn't stop, even when it hurts. The controversy: grief doesn't own you forever, and anyone who says it should is selling a lie. Story 3. The Wedding Wardrobe Rebellion. My wedding was a masterpiece of planning, every detail curated, every color coordinated. Pink and black were our palette. And I asked everyone, from parents to grandparents, to match. It wasn't about control. It was about creating a cohesive, beautiful memory. Everyone agreed. Even my husband's grandparents, who went shopping to find the perfect outfits. It was adorable, but my mother-in-law, she had other plans. I offered to shop with her, but she insisted on going with friends. At the rehearsal dinner, she said she'd wear a long dress in the wedding colors. Cool, I thought. Then, on the big day, she strutted in wearing a royal purple gown, neon green eyeshadow, and bright pink lipstick. She looked like a peacock at a funeral. Her husband wore a matching tie, but she was the star of her own show. I was livid but kept quiet to protect the vibe. During photos, my father-in-law asked how he looked, and I snapped, "You and your wife stick out like a sore thumb in purple." He said he wore what she gave him. Later, she confronted me, admitting she never bought a dress in our colors because purple suited her better. I told her I'd edit the photos to fix it. She flipped, saying they paid for the photographer, so I couldn't touch them. I shot back, "Any photo I post will be edited. It's my wedding." Here's the bold take: weddings aren't about family harmony. They're about the couple. My mother-in-law's stunt wasn't a fashion choice. It was a power play. The spotlight effect made her crave attention, and she got it. At the cost of our day. Society says brides should grin and bear it. But I say fight for your vision. Edit the photos. Post them. Let her stew. The lesson: people who demand the spotlight will always dim yours if you let them. Story 4. The laptop that lit a family feud. I'm 33, caught in a family drama that's tearing us apart. My sisters, Hannah 40 and Sarah 41, have kids. Sarah's family is well off. Her teens, Gina and Alec, want for nothing. Hannah's a single mom, struggling to keep her daughter Faye afloat. For Faye's birthday, I wanted to do something special. She'd mentioned her broken laptop, so I planned to get her a Chromebook. Then I remembered how much she loves gaming. Why not splurge? I bought her a gaming laptop. Sarah lost it. She called me, screaming that I was playing favorites, that it was unfair to give Faye a $1,000 laptop when I'd only given Alec a pair of sneakers for his birthday. She aired our dirty laundry on Facebook, calling me names and rallying the family against me. Her kids, she said, felt less loved because I spent more time with Faye. Here's the truth. Sarah's kids have everything: new phones, designer clothes, private tutors. Faye has a mum who can barely pay rent. I wanted to give Faye a win, something to make her feel seen. Sarah's reaction: it's projection bias. She assumes her kids' lives are as tough as Faye's, ignoring their privilege. The controversial angle: fairness isn't about equal gifts. It's about equal impact. Faye needed that laptop more than Alec needed another pair of Nikes. This story hits hard because it exposes the myth of fairness in families. Kids don't see context, they see you got the bigger toy. But adults should. Sarah's public tantrum didn't just hurt me. It hurt Faye, who now feels guilty for her gift. The lesson: envy poisons love, and calling it fairness doesn't make it true. Story 5. The sushi scandal when friendship feels like high school. I'm 31. Part of a tight-knit group of friends who meet for dinner twice a month. We take turns picking restaurants, and it's usually a blast. Last year, our friend Jean brought Kate, a newcomer to our Midwestern city, into the fold. Kate's awesome, funny, kind, and a perfect fit, but she has a severe seafood allergy. Not just fish or seafood. It's not life-threatening, but it triggers a nasty rash. Our town isn't exactly a seafood hub, so it wasn't an issue until a new sushi restaurant opened. My husband and I tried it, and it was incredible. So, when it was my turn to pick a restaurant, I suggested sushi. A few friends were excited, but Jean reminded us about Kate's allergy. The menu: mostly seafood, with a few dumplings and edamame as sides. Hardly a meal, so I picked another spot for the group dinner. But I wasn't done. I asked a few friends if they wanted to hit the sushi place separately, and they said yes. It wasn't our usual group dinner, just a casual outing. Word got out, and Jean, Kate, and another friend were furious, saying we'd excluded them. They felt betrayed, like we'd gone behind their backs to create a clique. Now, the group split, with everyone pointing fingers. Here's the hot take: friendship doesn't mean sacrificing your cravings for someone else's allergy. Kate's condition is real, but expecting us to swear off sushi forever is entitled. The in-group bias made Jean and Kate see our outing as a personal attack, not a practical choice. Society says friends should always include everyone, but that's a trap. You're allowed to live your life, even if it means leaving someone out sometimes. The emotional pull. We've all felt left out, but we've also felt trapped by group expectations. The lesson: true friends respect boundaries, not demand control. Conclusion: the cost of connection. These stories aren't just drama, they're mirrors. They show how quickly good intentions can sour, how deeply exclusion wounds, and how fiercely we cling to our version of the truth. From a teen escaping a step-family's cold shoulder to a bride battling her mother-in-law's purple rebellion, each tale reveals a universal truth. Human connection is a battlefield, and we're all fighting to be seen. The controversial thread tying them together: society's rules about family, fairness, or friendship are often chains. Break them. Choose yourself, even if it means being the bad guy. The psychological hook: we're wired to seek approval, but the moment you stop chasing it, you're free. These stories challenge you to rethink loyalty, fairness, and belonging. Are you brave enough to rewrite your own rules? Live boldly, love fiercely, and never apologize for taking up space. The world will adjust or it won't. Either way, you'll survive.